Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video on Byte of Geek. So this is the fourth video in my Smart Bytes series. These are designed to be kind of like 5-minute odd long videos that basically go through a key concept in Home Assistant, give you a bit of a grounding of that particular piece of functionality, so that you can take away the ideas, you can go and learn a little bit more. Maybe you can just copy some of the things that I go and show you as well. So in this video, I'm going to be going through scenes in Home Assistant, and these can be quite a powerful thing. I'll show you a couple of examples of how I'm using them, and hopefully that gives you some ideas. So before I go through and show you how to create a scene, what are scenes? So basically they are a method in which you can predefine kind of like the states of devices within your home. So if you think about that a little bit, you may want lights to be a certain brightness or a certain color at various times during the day. You may want things like air conditioners to come on at a certain level, or an air purifier to come on. You may want motorized blinds to be at a certain position during a certain time of the day. All those kinds of things, they are the predefined states that you can set for devices, and you can create a scene. So if maybe you wanted to create a movie night scene, then you can have your lights where you're watching the movie on TV. You can have those at a dim state. Maybe you can set the volume for your kind of like your surround sound system and things like that. If you've got all of those entities available, then that's what you can go and put as a defined state for your devices, and that's what you can then set in your scene. So I'm going to go through the process with you now of creating a scene in Home Assistant. So basically you go into your settings option, and you've got in your menu available there, you've got automations and scenes. And you'll see at the top of the screen you've got a scenes tab. Now, as you can see, I've got a selection of scenes here, kind of like my movie night and my regular lighting. I've got scenes for when I'm recording videos for YouTube that turns on various lights in this room and set brightness and stuff like that. So I'm going to first of all just create a new scene for you. And basically all I need to do is just click on a create scene button down in the bottom corner. And I then just need to give it a scene name. So maybe we'll want to use the ambient lighting within a room. So we'll call it ambient light, and we'll just give it a light bulb icon, and then what area is it? So it's the I'm going to do it in here, it's the office. Now I can either add a device or I can add the individual identities. What I tend to find is that some devices, for example, this little ambient light here, I can't get an icon to be able to change the brightness and everything, the color of that when I add it as a device. So I end up adding it as an entity. So if I put in the office ambient light, as you can see, the icon is the current color because that is blue at the moment. So that's what's shown there. However, I can change that to, if I wanted it red. So you can see that's actually changed that. And, that is what it is going to become when this scene is activated. So I can save that. Now, in Home Assistant, you have, a review mode and a live edit mode. So if I come back out to this and I click on ambient light, I'm in review mode now. So I can't really change anything other than kind of like, the actual entities themselves, taking them out. But, I can go into live edit and, I can mess around with those then. So if I just go into my normal mode, so this will actually change some of the lights here. So you can see, there's a light that's gone off down here, and that light has gone off there as well. But if I go to ambient light and I apply that, you'll see that has now turned on red. So they're really as straightforward as that. And obviously you can put in multiple entities, multiple devices, as say, if you wanted, things like air conditioning or air purifiers and stuff like that, you can do that. So if I just show you, you know, I've got a studio setup one. So basically, you know, as I say, when I'm recording videos, I've got to have certain lights set up. So I've got the ambient light there, and I've got a desk lamp as well, which is giving me some background light, and then I've got the ceiling light as well, which is providing light. And you know, they're all set to various parameters. If I go to live edit, as you can see, the blue and the ceiling light is white, and you can see, you know, that light's come on and that one's come on as well. But if I just set that to normal mode, apply that, so you know, if I now do studio setup and I apply it, so there you go, those lights have come on. And likewise, when I've finished recording, I've got a normal one, which is basically just turning all of those off. And if I go and apply that, you know, they all turn off, as you would expect. So you know, fairly useful if you're wanting to do lots of groupings of things that all go and happen at the same time. Where this really comes into kind of, you know, its own when you're using scenes, because obviously, you know, you can do simple things like that, but where it really comes into its own is when you then attach it to things like automations. So, you know, maybe you know, you've got like a movie scene, so say, you know, you've got your lights dimmed down, you're watching a movie, somebody rings your doorbell. You know, if you pick up that doorbell event in Home Assistant, you can then go and have a scene which will pause your TV, bring your lights up to a normal level, you know, and then you go and answer the door, or maybe not, you know, if you're not wanting to be disturbed, and then, you know, you can resume your kind of like your movie scene when you come back. You know, maybe by asking, you know, your smart speaker to go and do that. So really quite powerful stuff. I've got on mine, if I look at my dashboard here, I've got a couple of buttons in place where I can just click on those, and you know, as I say, I've got that one there, so that turns those off. And then I've got Studio one, which then turns them on. And likewise, I've got movie lights and TV lights. So the difference there is the movie ones are an awful lot you know, dimmer in brightness level, whereas TV lights is the kind of like 50% when they're up and switched on. So scenes, super powerful. You know, if you were doing this you know, a different way, you'd have to go and put all these in individually in your automations to go and say, you know, when this happens, you know, I want this device to be this and this device to be that, you know, and it kind of like clogs up your automations. With a scene, you can go and define the scene and you can execute that scene in your automation. So those are scenes in Home Assistant. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into them, and you go away and go and look into them a bit more as to what you can achieve with them. If you're already using scenes, then I'd love to know how you're using them in your smart home. Drop your comments down below. But if you've enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And certainly if you're following this series, then make sure you click on the bell as well, so that you get a notification when the next video in the series appears. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.